Hey guys, how are you doing? Today, nobody needs to pay to start actually using artificial intelligence. The problem is that the free versions have gotten so good that the choice is no longer obvious. On the other hand, ChatGPT remains one of the most complete tools for text, analysis, files, and productivity. On the other hand, Gemini has grown a lot within the Google ecosystem, with integration, multimodality, and features that make a difference in daily use. Chinese models have also arrived in full force. So, the question to be answered is this one right here. Which one delivers more for those who don't want to spend anything? So today, I'm going to make a comparison with 3 models in their free versions. Deal? So, let's get to the video. Well guys, today I want to do a comparison with you using 3 models in their free versions, which are the ones that have some kind of limitation, but you can use them without having to pay anything. So, in this test here, I'm going to use ChatGPT. Notice that I'm on a free account, it's free, so I don't pay anything. The same thing here with Gemini, using the same free account. And also GLM 5.2 also on a free account, where I don't pay anything to access the company's most advanced model. And this is a factor that makes a difference. So let's go to the first one. First test, starting here with ChatGPT. When you're on a free version, there's no option to choose the model you're going to use. So it just defaults to ChatGPT here. You can't choose between 5, 5.4, more effort, less effort, none of that. The only option you have here is ChatGPT. Then I asked the following. Write an essay following the Enem guidelines about the indiscriminate use of AI in schools. He thought for a moment and almost instantly gave me this result here. The indiscriminate use of artificial intelligence in Brazilian schools. It generated a really good, very coherent essay here, and down below it also gave an explanation. This version has a structure compatible with the Enem and tends to fall within the standard range of 20 to 30 handwritten lines, in addition to presenting a thesis, argumentation, and a complete intervention proposal. Agent, action, means, and purpose. So, this is the version delivered by ChatGPT. Now, let's go to Gemini. When I gave the same prompt here to Gemini, Model 3.1 Pro was still available. Why am I saying this? Because as you keep using it, you reach the limit. And this limit is quite small for Model 3.1 Pro. So, automatically, it switched here to flash, and then, when the flash limit ran out, it jumped to 3.1 flashlight. So, pay attention to that. Why? When you reach the limit, it downgrades. I used the same prompt. It also gave a very similar essay here, very coherent and really good. And here it brought an analysis of the structure. Why would this essay get a perfect score? Criterion 1, standard language. Criterion 2, theme and repertoire. Criterion 3, argumentation. Criterion 4, cohesion. And Criterion 5, proposal and intervention. So, it gave a complete analysis of the structure of my essay. Let's go now to GLM 5.2. Well, as I said at the beginning, what's the advantage of Z.AI's model here? It's that even with a free account, you have access to the company's most advanced model here. So, that's cool, because both in ChatGPT and Gemini, you don't get that kind of broad access. In ChatGPT, you can't even choose, and in Gemini, you have it there, but it's pretty restricted. You'll be able to put in maybe 2 prompts, and then it'll already switch to the weaker model. So, I used the same prompt, it gave me a very similar text here, separated it into paragraphs, used really good wording, and at the end, it also gave me an analysis based on the Enem criteria. And here it lists all the criteria that were followed. What did I do? I took the 3 essays and put them into the AI Detector, which is an online tool that we can find out there to detect text created by AI. It's not a 100% reliable tool, it has several flaws, but it's what we have to make this comparison. Starting here with the essay written by ChatGPT. It identified a 94% chance that this text was written by an AI, and then it highlighted where this is most evident. In the essay written by Gemini, it detected only a 61% chance, and it also highlighted here which items were the most critical. And finally, the essay written by the GLM 5.2 model, here, the tool identified a 64% chance that the text was written by an AI. And it also showed here what the main problems were. So, in this aspect here, Using this tool and the criteria set by its creators, the text written by ChatGPT was the most problematic. That was the one where the tool identified the highest chance of having been written by an AI. Let's see the next test now. I uploaded a PDF file and asked it to summarize and generate 5 questions about the subject. ChatGPT provided the summary of the document here, indicated where the information was taken from, and at the end gave the 5 questions. And then it even made a suggestion. If you wish, I can also create a questionnaire with an answer key, 10 multiple choice questions, or a mind map about the document. So, it listed here what it is capable of doing. Now let's move on to Gemini. Same PDF file, same prompt. It provided the summary of the document, included the questions, and unlike ChatGPT, it also included the answers. So that's cool, because I don't have to worry about it. It generated the questions and automatically put the answers here for me. Let's go to GLM 5.2, same PDF, same prompt. It provided the summary properly and at the end added the 5 questions with the answers, just like Gemini. So, the only one that didn't provide the answers was ChatGPT. Remember, I'm using the free versions of all these tools here. Another example. Here in ChatGPT, I just entered this prompt, 2026 income tax refund. It thought for a bit, went online, searched through Brazil's services and information, and then it brought up who receives first, how to check your refund, what you need to have on hand, and so on. So, in a very straightforward way, it brought me the information I wanted. Now Gemini. Same prompt, 2026 income tax refund. In the same way, it went online, researched the main points, and gave me a summary. Also, in a straightforward way, it worked perfectly. GLM 5.2. Look how cool this turned out here. I used the same prompt, it went online, got the main information, and made a calendar here. The difference here is that I have an SVG file, which I can download to my computer. Down here, he put the first batch, second batch, third batch, fourth batch, and fifth batch. It also included the source the information came from. And then he completed it with who receives first, how to check your refund, receiving the notification, tips to speed up your refund, and warnings about scams. So, this answer generated here by GLM 5.2 was much more complete, much more comprehensive. Even using a simple prompt, it went online, researched everything properly, and brought back a much better result than the other 2 models. Another example. Now, image generation. And this is where the Chinese model has its Achilles heel. Look at what I asked ChatGPT here. Create an image of a typical breakfast table for a family in the United States. Put smiling people around the table. Set the ratio to 16:9. And this was the result from by ChatGPT. Cool, right? Here I have the father, the son, the daughter, the wife, home, sweet home, good food, good people, good times. And here is the breakfast, a typical American breakfast. Let's go now to Gemini. Well, here we have that thing with Google's model that has the watermark. You can remove it, but it's a very annoying thing and it's not exclusive to free accounts. I also have a pro account, and even so, the watermark still keeps showing up. He made the family here in the same way, added an extra child, breakfast, so here it depends on your preference. I liked it more. I prefer the image that was generated here by ChatGPT. I thought it looked more natural, but that's a matter of personal taste. I used the same prompt, now using the Z.AI model. And look, that's what I mentioned about the Achilles heel. I apologize, but I can't generate images directly for you. Since I'm GLM, the large language model, my function is to process and produce text, not to create visual content. See? So directly, the GLM 5.2 model doesn't create images. Down here, we even have the option to use the company's specific model for image generation. Take a look at how it turned out. I used the same prompt, and this is the image it gave me. I thought it turned out really bad. It looks like those images we had back at the beginning of artificial intelligence. When we compare it to the quality from ChatGPT and Gemini, this one looks like a joke, right? It generated a multiracial family here, but you can tell it's an AI-generated image. It still has issues with the eyes, and the hands look weird. So I think it's just a quick fix. Just so they can't say the company doesn't have an image generator, they put GLM image here. But it's a feature that's not available within the chat itself. And if you want to use it, you have to open another tool. Personally, I don't recommend it. Now take a look at this example here. I put these little equations here. Simple math, it was just to test the vision capability of the models, and I asked the following: solve these equations, separating the results by lines. And it did it correctly. Line number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have 5 lines here, and then it performed the operations and gave me all the results correctly. No problem at all. Now let's go to Gemini. Same thing. I have the image here, the prompt, and it also separated by lines. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it performed the operations and gave the result just like it happened in ChatGPT. Let's go to GLM 5.2. Well, here's another Achilles heel. The most advanced model from ZAI, at least at the time I'm recording this video, is not multimodal. It doesn't have vision capability. Look at what it wrote. Hello! Unfortunately, I can't access or view the image directly through the link you provided in your message. So that I can solve the problems and separate the results exactly according to the lines on your sheet, please type the problems here in the chat. So you see, it's still a flaw. Even though it's a very advanced model with incredible capabilities, it doesn't have vision capability. It can't understand images that you put here in the chat, at least for now, at the time I'm recording this video. And finally, as expected, I asked all 3 models to create a copy of Flappy Bird for me. And this was the result delivered by ChatGPT. If I try to preview it here in the tool, it doesn't work. When I hit play here to preview it, look, it freezes, it doesn't work. So what did I do? I copied the code, saved it in Notepad, and opened it in the browser. Check out how it turned out. See that? Pretty basic, right? Why does this happen? Simply because here, in the free version of ChatGPT, I can't select the model. It chooses for me which one is best to use, depending on the task I ask for. And I believe that GPT 4.5 is not included here, which is the company's most advanced model, at least at the time I'm recording this video. So, since I don't have that ability to choose, it picks any model and then it gave me that result that's working there. It has the correct mechanics. However, it looks really bad. Now, let's move on to Gemini. In Gemini, there's already the canvas, so I can watch things happen in real time. It even created this little game for me. Let's check if it works. Looks pretty cool, right? There's parallax, a scoreboard, and a sound effect. Cute, right? I'm going to die here. There, I'm dead. I can play again. This little game here was made with the Flash model because the 3.1 Pro was no longer available since I had reached my limit, but it still managed to give me what I asked for. Now let's go to GLM. You can see that things are already different here. Since I can use the company's most advanced model, this is the result it gave me for the Flappy Bird clone. You can see that the rendering, the parallax, the scoreboard, the sound effects, and the texture are all much better than in the other 2 models. So, it's just like I said. Here I'm using the top model, the company's best model, which is GLM 5.2. And then, obviously, when it comes to coding and delivering the result, things are completely different because here I have rendering and texture that are much better than what I got with the other 2 models. So guys, what's the verdict? Well, that's not up to me. It's up to whoever is going to use it. Can you use AI nowadays without having to pay anything? Of course you can. It depends on what you want to do. As I showed here, for simple everyday tasks, you don't need to have paid Gemini AI or paid ChatGPT. And you still have the option to use the Chinese models. In this case, I used GLM 5.2, but you can also use DeepSeek, QEM, and many other Chinese models that are available on the market today, and you don't have to pay anything to use them. So, what's my advice? Use the model according to what you need, or even use more than one of them, because one can complement the other. Sometimes you need the text that's written by Gemini, but you like the code that's created by the Chinese model. Or you prefer the answers that ChatGPT will give you. So, since all of this is free and you don't have to pay anything, you can add several free models to your workflow. With that, you can cover most of the tasks that are done on a daily basis without having to spend absolutely anything. So, what did you think? Which is the best model to use without having to pay anything? Can we put the Chinese models in this competition? Let me know in the comments, okay? I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Feedback stutters under my thumb.